First of all, in the Kubernetes, you should create a volume first, very similar to Docker, and then attach, or I can say mount. Okay. So these two options you can define in the pod file itself. So what I'm going to do is, under the specification, directly under volumes is a keyword. Okay, like containers has a keyword on the spec, volume is keyword. And it's writing here, this is for creating volume of any type. Okay, see, again a practice. If you don't want to make a space here, you can start writing like this with containers, with anything. Space is a good habit, but if you want to start like very much from the just beginning of the line, then use this, then a space and name. Ashutosh Wall 111. So this is the name of volume. Okay. Now I have to decide the type of volume. That means out of this big list, which kind of volume I can use. Okay. For kind information, tomorrow in the examination, you can use this documentation for cheating purpose, right? In case you want to cheat, then you can use this document. Okay. I don't have any problem because I have enough number of questions in 3 hours. Fine. So now I'm going to use empty dir type volume. You have to write this curly braces because it will create a temporary and random folder in the worker node. Okay. And if you delete the pod, it will be deleted. Okay, it will be deleted. Fine. So the first section is creating a volume. Now definitely, if you're creating this volume, we have to mount it under this container. So what I'm going to use, anywhere under container section, we have a volume mounts keyword. Like we have image, we have name, we have command. So we have a volume mounts keyword. Under volume mounts, what you can do is, again, you can give a space or you don't want to, don't give, it's up to you. First of all, you have to write the name of volume you want to mount. And this volume will be same as the one you created. So I'm just copying this and pasting it back here. So this volume got created above or in above section. Okay. Now the next keyword is mount path. So in the container that was created by Alpine image, where you want to mount. So definitely see, I stored data of date command output under mnt data. So I'm going to use this as a mount point. So this folder will be created automatically for mounting purpose. Okay, right? So I hope it will be very much clear. Always write this volumes keyword. Okay, you can also take help from the command line like vector explain pod.spec and use this. See, So the spec has couple of folders, couple of options. We used containers. If you go down a bit, you'll be having volume keyword in the v for volume. Where is V? Yes, volumes. Okay, and that was in the symmetry of this. So I wrote like that only. Okay, see, this is for creating purpose, and this section you can write this volume mount keyword even after command, but just to be a logical person, I'm first creating this mount point and then I'm using the same to store the output of get command here. Okay, so before deploying it, let me know, are you guys are very much comfortable with the explanation part, because it's really very important. Okay, if you work too much with Kubernetes, you don't have to copy these definition or these examples or the keyword from Google. It's all about practice. Okay, so this and this. Alright, so respond here in the chat window. I can get few messages. Alright. Fine. So if I now deploy my pod like this, I'll check get pods. Yes, it is running and running without any problem in the sum of the worker node. Okay, both volume name will be same. I am not getting page. Both, we have only one volume, right? So where is the both volume? We have only one volume. This volume section created, I think you can read the comment. Volumes has a section called name. It is for creating volume. So this section means we are creating a volume of empty dir type. And when the volume got created, under container sections, we have a keyword like volume mount. By using volume mount, we can mount this volume, the one that we created there. And how we mount? We have to write the name of volume. This name must be the same because the one we created in the above section, we will be using the same here. And the path where we want to mount in the container. Yes, definitely. I mean, if you're creating this volume, you have to use the same name here, because otherwise container will try to find that volume. So container is finding that volume, and that volume got created here. So for Ashif and Tej, I think now it will be more clear. It's very easy syntax, right? So this is for creating and this is for mounting. Okay, wonderful. So now I know that the pod is running very much here. Okay, and if I want to check either my pod is storing output over there or not, what I can do, I can go to that pod by exec it and the pod name and sh. Okay, see, now I'm logged in the pod, very much similar to docker exec. I can check here, I have this mnt folder, and if I go to mnt folder and then check, wow, data folder is also there. And if I check, output.txt got created, and yes, so we have a lot of, because it is running in every 2 seconds, So the last time is was 51. If I cut it again, see 51 to this file is, getting created like that. Fine. So I'm just exiting from this pod. Now I'm here. Okay. So it's very, very much easy. And if everything is okay for mtdir, this is the very simple way, right? I mean, you have nothing except this in mtdir. You can create a volume and then mount it under container. Fine. All right. So it will be very, very much easy to understand. So thumbs up for this volume type. If it is all okay, then I have to cover one more, that is host path. Fine. So if it's all right for mtdir, just say yes in the chat window so that we can start with another one, that is host path. Okay. So for Adam, it's pretty much okay. All good for Harsh and a couple of more people. Okay. Wonderful. So now what you have to do is host path means, now you're getting it, anything that is present on the worker node, you can use this as a volume, okay, to mount that data in a pod. Okay, so this is your worker node 1, 2, 3. So Santosh, why they are not visible? Are you not attending the session, or you have not updated your email address? If not, then it will not be. So connect with Harsh and Piyush. You can connect with Santosh and check either he is present or not on those email address list. Then we'll check. Okay. All right. So what is the meaning of host path? Means anything that is present on the worker nodes, you can use to mount under the pod. Now what can be anything? See, it can be, that means host path, it's supporting a directory, because you know what, a directory can be present in the worker node. It can also support file, like there is some file you want to mount in the pod, and definitely socket. Okay, socket means, let's say you want to mount Docker socket, because you know that Docker engine is also running everywhere. So what is the socket location of Docker engine? Can anybody tell me without googling? What was the socket file of Docker engine? So you can type your comment in the chat window, the name of socket file, complete path that is present in Docker engine. What was that exactly name? Without googling it, right? That we used in Portainer container to mount. If you remember, we used in a Portainer container. Wonderful. That is where run docker.sock. Fine. So two correct answers. That was where run docker.sock. Maybe any other socket file can also be there. But so host path can mount directory file or socket file that is there in the any of the worker node. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, before checking the example, if I want to copy this replica set data in volume folder, okay, with emprs.yml. In case, so where you write this theme emp replica set, it's very easy, same. Under specification of this, okay, I'm going to create volumes, then same as, right, name x1 empdir, and similarly you can use volume mounts, and here also name x1 and mount path. Okay. So this will be created. So under this template, under spec, this and this, so it will be very much same. Okay, fine. So I hope it will not be a problem for, I'm just writing it up, not creating it, I'm just writing it here so that we can use it later on. No, rhythm, it cannot be. So the scope of volume, let me write it down for you. So one more thing I'm writing here is scope of volume is local pod. You cannot mount this volume in a different pod, so you have to mount here only. The scope of volume is not global, it's local. Okay, so that section we have in upcoming days, but it's very much local. We cannot mount in another pod this volume. Okay, fine. I hope it will be clear. Alright, so now time for host path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this emp wall, or let me just rename this mtdir wall to web pod, and host path dir wall.yml. Okay, the same one, see, and that is my label. The image name is this, that is running here, or maybe I can use nginx image. Fine. Yukta, did you miss something? Anything means any data that is present on the worker node. See, if it is a file, directory or socket that is on the any of the worker node, so this thing can be mounted in pod. So maybe you just joined right now or you missed it. Anything is this, anything, this or this. So say yes or no in the chat window, Yukta. Anything means whatever present the data in the worker node. Okay. So this is okay. Now I'm using nginx web server image here, and let's create volume again.
And here I'm going to use name, let's say Ashu wall 11. Alright, and then here I'm going to use host path. Make sure you're not doing any typo because it's a P capital with host path. Okay, what you can do is in the Kubernetes volume section, if you go there and you click on host path, you'll get this example. The host path can be any of this device type, and you can write this host path and type. Okay,